MVP yesterday, Nikola Jokic, he is your MVP. So that's 3 in 4 years. I don't think he wins another MVP in his career. Now, it's not because he won't play at a really high level. He should take it as a compliment because LeBron hasn't won one in, 12 years? At one point, they stopped giving it to Jordan. They gave it to Karl Malone. They gave it to Charles Barkley. And it's almost like, and not that they didn't have great seasons, but I voted for Jordan every year because I said the bottom line is he'll win championships. Like the value was there every single year. Maybe not numbers-wise, and maybe that's not fair to everybody else. But I did vote for Jordan to win the MVP because I knew that he was going to win a championship. Now, Charles Barkley played for a title. Karl Malone played for a title. Mike was winning titles. And maybe that's not, in the guidelines of how you vote, but for me, I couldn't vote for somebody else being more valuable. Jordan was the most valuable player for the entire league, for every team. Because when he came to town, you were selling out. People wanted to see. So his value was more than just, here are my numbers. Financially, he was the most valuable player. But, LeBron, to me, it's pretty hard to go as many years as he's gone without winning an MVP. What was it, 2012, the last time that he won an MVP, Marvin?
2013.
2013, okay. So it's been over a decade since he's won the MVP. Yes, Marv.
LeBron, Jerry West, and Larry Bird have each finished second place 4 different times.
Yeah. Well, I think it got to the point with Bird where he won 3 in a row that then they moved on from him. And maybe with Jerry West not winning. How many MVPs did Jerry have? Did he have 1?
Efforting.
Yeah. But, you get to a certain point. We've written the story about Joker. I don't know if they're going to win another title. He's 29. I don't know if he wins another MVP. And it won't be because he's not averaging 27, 10, and 10. You're looking for, here's Shai Gilgeous, who finished second. I'd love to know the voters who watched, how many Thunder games did you watch? I'd love to know. Anthony Edwards, come on down. Now you're on a big stage. Luka's getting into that Jalen Brunson or Jason Tatum, where if you're not going to win it, you're not going to win it because the younger guys. But it does feel like with Joker, and Shaq even said this after the voting last night on TNT.
I don't like to rain on people's parade, but I'm not happy with this one. Congratulations to Joker. You are the best big man in the league, but based on everybody's criteria, my criteria, stat stuffer, you guys' criteria, number 1 seed, which team has a better record, I felt Shai Alexander deserved it because I've been number 2 a lot when I played my ass off. And again, no disrespect to the Joker, best big man in the league by far. You could have went this way, but I thought Shai Alexander was going to win it by far.
Okay. First of all, I don't know why Shaq's making it about Shaq. If you just want to say Shai Gilgeous got my vote, fine. And here's why. Fine. But you can't say the Joker is a stat stuffer. Have you, aside from Steve Nash, is there a more selfless MVP than him? Pass first MVP. If he wanted to stuff his stats, just imagine what he could do. He's getting those numbers, and he's shooting, 16 shots a game. There were 19 other players who averaged more shots than he did this year during the regular season.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, so Shaq's wrong, and I don't even know what he's saying with, you're stuffing your stats. He's not. How many games did Shaq watch? Games of Shai Gilgeous. Wonderful player. He was first-team All-NBA last year. So it's not a surprise. He's less of a surprise than Anthony Edwards is. Shai Gilgeous was first-team All-NBA. He finishes second. Okay? Now he's going to get his opportunity. Luka finished third. Giannis finished fourth. I don't know how Giannis finishes fourth over Jalen Brunson. I just don't know. And now we're looking at Brunson's value. There is nobody more valuable to their team. It doesn't mean that they're going to win a title. but next year might be his year. But then they're not the novelty. Now we're going to be focusing on that. But if you said all of these players, like Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards is in there, but, Joker deserved it. Joker could have won 4. Because you can make a case that without a late season publicity push by Kendrick Perkins in the mothership to get Joel Embiid the MVP, who played well, the reason why Joker didn't win it that previous year was because we said the following. Well, what's he done in the postseason? What's Joel Embiid done in the postseason? What, you get to a conference championship? Now you win a title? That's when I said, okay, now they can't, hold this against Joker. Well, here they are saying he was, stuffing his stats here. He's the least, that's the guy I don't go, man, he's just out there putting up numbers. He doesn't shoot. 19 other players take more shots than he does. So he's not going to win another MVP, but I would take that as, wow, that's a compliment because there's some other players that it happened to. Now you've taken him off the board. I truly feel that. And it might be the biggest compliment that you can give him is, all right, we saw in a span of 4 years, he changed his place in basketball history. How many guys have done that? 4 years, 3 MVPs, and a title. We don't know what's going to happen this year, but they're down 0-2. Now he's in the top 20 all time. Right? Just based off these 4 years. 3 MVPs, NBA title. How many guys have that on their resume? Guys will have more titles, not as many MVPs. Now he's in the top 20 all time. One of the best big men of all time. And he's not done yet. He's only 29. I mean, if anything, he'll get bored and then he'll stop playing. I mean, he'll play 2 more, 3 more years and he might go, I'm out. And nobody's going to be surprised. I am out. That'll be it. He'll be done. Now, Shai Gilgeous, wonderful player. I will continue to say that because I watched him become first team All-NBA. Can anybody name anybody else on Oklahoma City aside from Chet Holmgren? If you watch, you realize they have a really good team. It's sometimes we look at the team and you go, oh, okay, I don't know anybody else. Man, that guy must be really good. Yes, Mark.
I can name 2 guys from the Thunder.
With the same name.
Jalen Williams. Yeah, 2 guys.
Makes it easy.
Bloop. I blooped myself.
Yes, Todd.
Got that giddy guy, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Giddy.
Very, very giddy.
Lou Dort?
Lou Dort, yeah. But, it's not a sexy team, and you go, wow, they had a great record. Well, he's got to be the MVP. Okay. They don't tell you how to vote. In all the years that I voted for MVP, nobody ever said, hey, you got to factor in this, or why are you factoring in that? I got singled out in a newspaper in Arizona and a newspaper in Salt Lake City because I didn't vote for Karl Malone and I didn't vote for Charles Barkley. And I said, because Michael will win the title. And he did. Value. But also I look at Jalen Brunson. They're not going to win the title. But if I look at pure value to a team every single night, if Jalen Brunson doesn't go, they don't go. Plain and simple. Jason Tatum can have an off night. Joker can have an off night. Luka can have an off night. Giannis can have an off night. Shai Gilgeous can have an off night. Brunson cannot have an off night. There's no Julius Randle. You got guys that people didn't think could start in the league, and Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. Jalen Brunson is more valuable to his team than anybody else. Yes, Mark.
Going into next season, Anthony Edwards and Jalen Brunson, do you think they'll get a bigger push for league MVP?
Yes.
Especially see how this...
Yes.
Okay.
Jerry West never won league MVP. So the logo never won. Oh, boy.